All right, Financial Lit, we are making a spreadsheet today. So what I would like you to do is go to this assignment. It's called Baking Formula Spreadsheet. Remember, anytime you see a sun, we're going to turn this in. So this is something that we're going to work on. We're going to make sure it works. This is the first time that we're using a spreadsheet to help us compute some stuff. We will be doing more of this in Unit 4. But I would like us to just kind of do some simple computations before we get to the more complicated. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this. It's automatically going to create a template for you. So go ahead and do that. And then once you do, put that in your Financial Lit folder and we will get started. So go ahead and hit pause and do. Okay, so we have been creating and doing homework with simple interest, compound interest, and continuously compounding interest. We've also done some APY. Yours probably doesn't have anything right here, and if I remember correctly, this will say, I think I went like this. This one will say interest only, and this one is ending balance, so that we know what is what. If you don't remember the ends for the amount of times compounded per year when you're doing an assignment, you can go ahead and hit pause and type those in. What I did was I highlighted from A6 to B8, and then I used this right here and I merged the cells, and then I just typed in all of them. So that way it would work a little bit better. All right, go ahead and hit pause and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to move on. Okay, we're going to do a problem from it's on page 46. It's number 3. It's from our homework, and it says, on August 16th birthday, her uncle invested $2,000 in an account that was locked in a 1.75% interest rate, compounded monthly. How much will Olga have in the account when she turns 18? And we want to round to the nearest cent. So we know that she is getting $2,000, so we're just going to type 2,000 and hit enter. It should automatically format as a dollar. If it doesn't, you can go onto this cell and then format it as currency. All right, so now we're going to go to B3, and actually my screen, you can't see. I'm going to hit pause. If you're ever curious as to what cell I'm working in, it will always be right here. So in B3, we know the interest rate was 1.75%. So if you type 1.75% and hit enter, it will format as a percent for you. We said the time. So she's 16 now, and that account doesn't mature until she's 18. So that would be 2 years. We hit enter. And then the number of times is compounded. It says monthly. So our N is 12. Okay. So my numbers may have changed, but I have formulas in there. We're going to get to that. So just hold tight. So when we do simple interest, we do the principal times the rate times the time. So we're going to hit equals. And this is compound interest. This isn't simple interest, but we're going to do all the same problem. So we would do the principal, and then we'll do shift 8 for times the rate, and we'll do shift 8 for times again, times time. Now, while I have you here, let's say I want to copy and paste and move stuff around, or I want to drag it or whatever. To lock that I want to only use these blue ones, you put a $sign in front of everything. So in front of the B, which is the column, and in front of the 2, which is the row. So I'm saying I am locking it to B2. And then we want to do that again. You don't have to do this on this particular assignment, but it's good practice to do it for when we get into our amortization schedule in about 2 units, like I said. So you can have the $signs or not, but it doesn't matter. When you hit enter in that cell, you should get $70. Now our ending balance for simple interest is going to be, so now I'm in D7, and we always want to start with equals. So I clicked on something. So then we're going to do equals, and then remember with simple interest, we just get the interest that was earned on the account. So we want to do the interest plus the principal, or the principal plus the interest. Again, if we want to lock those, we can just put the $sign in front of everything. Oops, not a $sign, a $sign. And then hit enter, and you should still get $2,070 since it added those up. So now we're going to do compound interest. So we're going to go into cell E7. And remember, the compound interest formula is the principal, which is this box right here, So you're going to type equals the principal. You could click on that. And then you're going to do Shift 8. Then you're going to do a parenthesis because we're going to be multiplying the principal by everything that's inside this parenthesis. 1 plus, and then we have to create another parenthesis so that we can keep our fraction together. And we're going to do the rate divided by the number of times it's being compounded. Then we close that parenthesis, close that whole parenthesis, and then we're going to take that to a power, and you can use that Shift 6. And then we are going to do the rate times it's NT, so it's the rate times, I'm sorry, not the rate. It's the number of times compounded times time, excuse me. So if you type this exactly the way you see it and you hit enter, you should get that amount. And again, our compound interest. Now, the compound interest formula gives us the total amount that we're going to end with. It gives us the total ending. So we want to add or we want to subtract. So we want to take what we're totally going to do and we're going to subtract the principal, and then that's how much interest was made when it was in compound interest. Do note that it is more than the simple interest, which is what we expected, right? Compounding is adding that interest, and we're earning interest on top of interest, which is something that we want to know. All right, to find the maximum for this account, so the continuously compounding, you're going to want to click on F7, and then we are going to type equals, and then notice that I have the dollar signs in there, and that was just so I could practice doing that. And then we're going to go ahead and hit pause if you need to. You do need to do EXP. It will come up as, let's see, when I type it, it'll be EXP, and then notice that it's Euler's number raised to a power, which is what we want. So I click on that, and then I hit enter, and again, it's just a little bit more than the one before, and then again, to find what just the interest that was earned on that, we take the ending balance and we subtract it from the principal. So go ahead and hit pause and get that in there, and then to find our APY, so remember the annual percentage yield is the simple interest that would be needed to get the same return or the same growth as compound interest. And we can actually test this out. So if we look, we said that with compound interest, we got 2,071.19, which is what you should have gotten on page 76 for number 3. And if it says that we should have 1.76, we could type in 1.76 and see how close we get. And we get pretty close. Not quite there, but pretty close. So it's never going to be exact. There's probably more decimal places that are going there, which would get us to where we would need to be, but we're only rounding to the second decimal place. Okay, so if you have any questions on this, so it was 1.75. If you want, go ahead and rewatch this. Otherwise, you need to turn this in. So you're going to go back to the assignment, and let's see, what did I do with it? Here it is. We're going to start the assignment. You're going to go to the Google Drive. If this is where it will stop working for me, you're going to want to hit Google Drive. You're going to find this assignment, and then you're going to submit it. You are going to have until the 20th to submit this. After that, you will not be able to submit it. That is a hard deadline. So you hit Start Assignment. You're going to do the Google Drive. And then you're going to choose it, and then you hit submit. I think you hit submit, you find it, you choose it, you hit submit with a blue box, and then submit with a red box. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in class. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.